Do you ever feel like your energy just drains away by lunchtime? Maybe you struggle with digestion, or find it harder to manage your weight these days. It's frustrating, isn't it? You try to do things right, but sometimes it feels like your body just isn't cooperating like it used to. What if I told you that some of the most common, seemingly innocent things you might be eating for breakfast could actually be making these struggles worse? Yes, that first meal of the day, the one we've always been told is so important, can sometimes be working against you, especially as we get a little older. It's not about drastic diets or complicated rules, but about understanding how certain breakfast habits impact our bodies now. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 common breakfast mistakes that many seniors make without even realizing it. And more importantly, what simple, delicious foods you can enjoy instead that will actually help boost your energy, support your digestion, keep your mind sharp, and just make you feel better overall. Stay with me to the very end, because there's something you might discover that truly changes the way you think about your morning meal. So let's start by looking at the first mistake that's surprisingly common, relying heavily on sugary breakfast cereals. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Cereal is quick, it's easy, and maybe you've been eating the same kind for years. It's comforting. But here's the thing. Many breakfast cereals, even the ones marketed as healthy or fortified, are loaded with added sugars and refined carbohydrates. Think about those colorful boxes, or even the flakes that promise vitamins and minerals. When you eat a bowl of cereal high in sugar and low in fiber, your body quickly breaks down those carbohydrates, leading to a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels. This might give you a quick burst of energy, but it's usually followed by a crash shortly after. For older adults, these blood sugar swings can be particularly problematic. Over time, consistent spikes and crashes can contribute to insulin resistance, increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, and leave you feeling fatigued and hungry again much sooner than you should be. Beyond the sugar rush, these cereals often lack sufficient protein and healthy fats, 2 crucial components for maintaining muscle mass. Feeling satisfied and providing sustained energy throughout the morning. You might feel full for a little while, but it's that empty fullness that doesn't really nourish you or keep you going. It's like putting kindling on a fire. It burns bright and fast, but it doesn't provide lasting warmth. What should you eat instead? The goal is to choose breakfast foods that provide sustained energy without the sugar roller coaster. A fantastic alternative is plain, old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats. These are complex carbohydrates, meaning they are digested slowly, providing a steady release of energy. Cooked with water or milk, dairy or non-dairy, oats are a wonderful base. The key is to control what you add. Instead of spoonfuls of sugar, sweeten them naturally with a small amount of fruit like berries, fresh or frozen, a sliced banana, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Adding a source of protein and healthy fat makes them even better. Think a spoonful of nuts or seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds, or walnuts, or a dollop of plain Greek yogurt stirred in after cooking. This combination of complex carbs, fiber from the oats and fruit, and protein fat helps you feel full and satisfied for hours, keeps your blood sugar stable, and provides essential nutrients. You're building a slow-burning fire that keeps you warm all morning. Another excellent option is eggs. Eggs are a complete protein source and contain healthy fats. Whether scrambled, boiled, poached, or made into an omelet, eggs provide lasting satiety and support muscle health. Pair them with a small piece of whole grain toast. Check the label to make sure it's truly whole grain and low in added sugar, and perhaps a slice of avocado for healthy fats, or a side of sautéed spinach for added vitamins and fiber. This type of breakfast fuels your body properly and helps you avoid that mid-morning slump. Now, moving on to the second mistake, which often goes hand in hand with the first, drinking your breakfast, specifically juices and sugary drinks. It might seem convenient to just grab a glass of orange juice or apple juice, or maybe even a smoothie from the store. We're told fruit juice is healthy because it comes from fruit. Right. Well, while fruit itself is packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Fruit. Juice often strips away most of the beneficial fiber. What you're left with is essentially concentrated fruit sugar fructose in liquid form, just like sugary cereals. Drinking juice leads to a quick spike in blood sugar because there's no fiber to slow absorption. That sugar hits your bloodstream even faster than eating the whole fruit or sugary cereal. This can be particularly hard on your system. And those store-bought smoothies, they can be even worse, sometimes containing huge amounts of added sugars, syrups, and processed ingredients disguised as healthy. Even homemade smoothies can be problematic if they're overloaded with too much fruit and not enough protein or healthy fats to balance the sugars. Starting your day with a sugar bomb drink, even if it has some vitamins, sets you up for energy crashes, cravings later in the day, and contributes to the metabolic issues we discussed. The better approach: eat your fruit whole. An orange has fiber that slows sugar absorption and helps you feel full. A glass of orange juice doesn't. Enjoy a piece of fruit alongside a protein-rich breakfast, like yogurt or eggs. If you love a morning beverage, water is always the best choice. Herbal tea or black coffee without excessive sugar or cream are also fine. If you really enjoy a morning drink that feels substantial, consider a homemade smoothie done the right way. The key is balance. Start with a base of leafy greens like spinach. You won't taste it. Add maybe half a banana or a small handful of berries for sweetness and nutrients. A source of protein like plain Greek yogurt, protein powder specifically formulated for nutritional support, or even a spoonful of nut butter, and some healthy fat like chia seeds, flax seeds, or half an avocado. Use water or unsweetened milk, dairy or non-dairy as the liquid. This kind of smoothie is a complete mini meal in a glass. It has fiber, protein, healthy fats, and vitamins. And the sugar content is much lower and absorbed more slowly thanks to the other components. So, swap the sugary liquids for whole foods and balanced homemade options to give your body the steady fuel it needs without the unnecessary sugar load right at the start of the day. These simple shifts from sugary cereals and juices to oats, eggs, and balanced smoothies make a world of difference in how you feel throughout the morning and your overall health over time. Continuing our look at common breakfast pitfalls, let's talk about the third mistake, which is often born out of convenience, relying on processed breakfast pastries, muffins, and baked goods. Think about those croissants, danishes, donuts, or even seemingly innocent-looking muffins from the coffee shop or grocery store. They might smell delicious and feel like a treat, but for the most part, they are made with refined white flour, lots of added sugar, unhealthy fats, often trans fats or hydrogenated oils, and provide very little in the way of beneficial nutrients like fiber, protein, or vitamins. Eating one of these for breakfast is remarkably similar to eating a sugary cereal or drinking juice. You get a quick hit of easily digestible carbohydrates and sugar, leading to that familiar blood sugar spike and subsequent crash. Plus, they are often quite high in calories without providing much nutritional value, which isn't helpful if you're trying to manage your weight. Beyond the immediate energy roller coaster, regularly consuming these types of processed baked goods can contribute to inflammation in the body, which is linked to a whole host of age-related health issues. They're essentially empty calories that taste good, but don't fuel you or support your long-term health. It's tempting when you're in a rush or just fancy something sweet. But that fleeting pleasure comes at the cost of sustained energy and good nutrition. What's a better choice if you crave something warm or baked in the morning? The key is to look for options made with whole grains, less sugar, and added protein or fiber. If you enjoy baking, you can make your own healthier muffins or quick breads using whole wheat flour or oat flour, reducing the sugar significantly, or using natural sweeteners like mashed banana or applesauce, and adding mix-ins like nuts, seeds, or berries for extra nutrients and fiber. Portion control is still important. Of course, if you're buying, look for options that explicitly state they are made with 100% whole grains and check the sugar content. Some bakeries or cafes are starting to offer healthier options like whole grain scones with seeds. But you still need to be discerning. A much more reliable and nutritious alternative is plain Greek yogurt with toppings. Plain Greek yogurt is high in protein, which is excellent for satiety and muscle maintenance. Top it with berries for fiber and antioxidants. A small handful of nuts or seeds for healthy fats and crunch. And a drizzle of honey or maple syrup if you need a touch of sweetness, use sparingly. This provides a balance of protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates, keeping you full and energized. Another idea is a small portion of leftover dinner from the night before. If it was a healthy, balanced meal with protein and vegetables. There's no rule that says breakfast has to be traditional breakfast food. The fourth mistake is one many people don't even consider. And that's making breakfast too small or skipping it entirely. Some people think that eating less is always better, or they're just not hungry first thing in the morning. However, for older adults, skipping breakfast or eating a tiny, nutrient-poor meal can be detrimental. Breakfast truly helps to break the fast after a night's sleep. It replenishes your energy stores and provides your body with the nutrients it needs to get going. Skipping it can lead to low energy levels, difficulty concentrating, and increased hunger later in the day, which can result in overeating or making poor food choices at subsequent meals. Furthermore, for seniors, maintaining muscle mass is incredibly important for mobility, strength, and overall health. Getting adequate protein throughout the day, starting with breakfast, is crucial for muscle protein synthesis. If you skip breakfast, you miss a valuable opportunity to get some of that essential protein early on. Think about it. Your body has been fasting all night, and it's ready for fuel. Giving it nothing, or next to nothing, means it has to draw on its reserves. And you miss the chance to kickstart your metabolism and nourish your muscles. If you're genuinely not hungry first thing, try waiting an hour or two after waking before you eat. But do eat something substantial before lunchtime. Don't just power through on coffee until noon. When you do eat, make sure it's a balanced meal. Not just a piece of toast or a small glass of juice. Refer back to mistake number 2. If a full meal feels overwhelming, break it down. Maybe have half a piece of fruit and some yogurt first, and then an hour later have a small omelet. The key is consistency and nutrient density. Aim for a breakfast that includes a good source of protein like eggs, yogurt, or cottage cheese, some healthy carbohydrates like whole grain toast or oats, and maybe some fruit or vegetables for fiber and vitamins. Listen to your body, but also encourage a healthy morning routine that includes nourishment. A consistent, balanced breakfast helps regulate your appetite throughout the day and provides the sustained energy you need to stay active and engaged. Skipping it might seem like you're saving calories, but it often backfires by making you hungrier and more likely to snack on less healthy options later. Making the effort to have a proper, nutrient-rich breakfast sets a positive tone for your eating habits for the rest of the day and provides essential fuel for your body and mind. It's an investment in your energy levels and overall well-being. Moving on to our 5th common breakfast mistake for older adults: not getting enough protein. We touched on this briefly, but it deserves its own focus because it's so vital. Especially as we age, protein is the building block for our muscles, bones, skin, and really, every cell in our body. It's particularly important for seniors because our bodies become less efficient at building and maintaining muscle mass compared to when we were younger. This is a natural process called sarcopenia. Losing muscle mass can affect strength, balance, mobility, and overall independence. Getting enough high-quality protein spread throughout the day, starting with breakfast, is one of the best things you can do to combat this. Many traditional breakfast foods are very carbohydrate-heavy and low in protein. Think toast and jam, cereal with milk, or pastries. While these might give you some quick energy, they don't provide the essential protein needed to support muscle health and keep you feeling full for long. If your breakfast is primarily carbohydrates, you'll likely feel hungry again quickly, And you miss that crucial opportunity to contribute to your daily protein needs right at the start of the day. So, how can you make sure your breakfast includes enough protein? It's simpler than you might think. Eggs are probably one of the easiest and best sources. Just 2 large eggs provide about 12 grams of high-quality protein. Plain Greek yogurt is another powerhouse, often containing double the protein of regular yogurt. A standard serving can have 15-20 grams or even more. Cottage cheese is also an excellent option, providing protein and calcium. If you prefer plant-based options, consider incorporating things like tofu scrambles, adding legumes like black beans to a savory breakfast dish, using protein-fortified plant-based yogurts, or incorporating a scoop of plant-based protein powder into a smoothie. Even adding nuts and seeds to your oats or yogurt boosts the protein content. The goal is to aim for at least 20-30 grams of protein at breakfast if possible. This amount helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis effectively and contributes significantly to your daily protein target, which should ideally be higher for older adults than the general recommendations, typically around 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Starting your day with a protein-rich meal helps preserve muscle mass, supports bone health, keeps you feeling fuller for longer, and provides sustained energy without the crashes associated with high-carb, low-protein breakfasts. It's a fundamental change that can have profound positive effects on your physical function and vitality. Now for the 6th and final common breakfast mistake, avoiding healthy fats. Just like protein, healthy fats are often overlooked in breakfast, or sometimes people actively try to avoid them thinking all fat is bad. This couldn't be further from the truth. Especially for seniors, healthy fats are essential for brain health, hormone production, absorbing certain vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and providing sustained energy. While you want to limit unhealthy saturated and trans fats found in many processed pastries and fried foods, incorporating sources of unsaturated fats, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated, and even some healthy saturated fats, like those from eggs or coconut, is beneficial. A breakfast that is very low in fat, even if it has some protein and carbs, might not be as satisfying and won't provide the same lasting energy. Healthy fats contribute to satiety, helping you feel full and content until your next meal, and they play a critical role in brain function and cognitive health, which is increasingly important as we age. Ignoring healthy fats at breakfast means you're missing out on these crucial benefits and potentially leaving yourself feeling hungry and less focused later in the morning. How do you add healthy fats to your breakfast? It's quite easy once you know what to look for. Avocado is a fantastic source of monounsaturated fats. Add a few slices alongside your eggs or on whole grain toast. Nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds are packed with healthy fats including omega-3s in walnuts, chia, and flax, and can be sprinkled on yogurt, oatmeal, or added to smoothies. Nut butters, peanut, almond, cashew made from just nuts, and maybe a little salt are another convenient source. Spread them on whole grain toast or apple slices. Full-fat dairy like plain Greek yogurt or cottage cheese also contains beneficial fats along with protein. Cooking your eggs with a little bit of olive oil or butter is perfectly fine and adds healthy fats. Even a small piece of smoked salmon is a great option, providing both protein and omega-3 fatty acids. The key is moderation, as fats are calorie-dense. But don't fear them. Including a source of healthy fat in your breakfast helps to balance the meal, slows down the absorption of carbohydrates leading to more stable blood sugar, enhances nutrient absorption, and contributes to that feeling of lasting fullness and satisfaction. It's an essential component of a truly balanced and energizing start to your day. So, we've covered 6 common breakfast mistakes that can actually hinder your energy, health, and well-being as you get older, relying on sugary cereals, drinking your breakfast with juices and sugary drinks, opting for processed pastries, skipping breakfast entirely or eating too little, not getting enough protein, and avoiding healthy fats. It might seem like a lot to think about, But the good news is that making positive changes doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. It's about small, consistent steps. Swap that sugary cereal for plain oats with berries and nuts. Choose water or tea over juice. Enjoy an omelette or Greek yogurt instead of a croissant. Make time for a balanced meal, even if it's a little later in the morning, ensuring it includes protein and healthy fats. These simple switches can make a remarkable difference in how you feel every single day. Remember, your body's needs change as you age, and nourishing it with the right foods at the start of the day is one of the most powerful things you can do to maintain your energy, strength, and cognitive function. You deserve to feel your best, and your breakfast plays a much bigger role in that than you might have thought. Don't let outdated habits or convenient but unhealthy options sabotage your morning. Embrace the power of a nutrient-dense breakfast tailored to your needs now. It's not about perfection, but progress. Each healthy breakfast is a step towards a more energized, vibrant you. Try incorporating just 1 or 2 of these suggestions this week and see how you feel. You might be surprised by the positive impact. We're all on this journey together, learning how to navigate the changes that come with age and making choices that support our health and happiness. Your experience is valuable. What's one healthy breakfast you love? Share your favorite go-to meal in the comments below. You might give someone else a wonderful idea. If you found this information helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. It lets us know we're providing content you value and helps others find it too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more practical tips and encouraging advice on living a vibrant, healthy life at every age. Thank you for watching and investing this time in yourself. Keep making those small, positive choices, and continue to live your best life.